Hello. Today we are going to discuss about the best practices in software engineering and the best products and practices in developing the software applications. Uh, Coming to the introduction on the best practices, what are the best practices to be followed? The needs for the best practices is the most of the time the money spent on the creating the text documents is more than the money spent on the real development. You can see the money, the amount spent on different aspects, on different uh, development aspects, and spending much more money on on solving and practicing the best practices. We can spend the money spent on the uh, bug fixing, on the innovation, and get better yields. Cost drivers are software application. The renovation and the migrations of customer support, assembling reusable components, meeting and communication, avoiding security flaws, training and learning softwares, project management, requirement changes, product producing English words. It's like documentation, programming and coding. These are the common cost drivers of software application. Importance of deployment. The problem is that the software deployment brings many key advantages to enterprises. Uh, Tasks like installing, uninstalling, and updating software applications on each computer are time consuming. The solution for the deployment doesn't only mean this deployment, but also the deployment into the environment, from the development environment to the production environment. The software development services reduces the time and make the process error free. Services, the deployment software, the software can be easily controlled and managed through the deployment. The importance of software tools can be seen from this. It's like the automation revealed manual has relieved the manual has the manual has the automation. Most of the cases now in the deployment phase, they use the automation tools. There are many automation tools that are used for the deployment. The problems with this the problems with the projects. The projects gets initiated, they work through some phase, and then they find the project is of no use, and they salvage the projects. The main problem with the salvaging projects are that the company spends 50 cents on each dollar on fixing the bugs and dealing with the securities. Even after doing that, which these projects doesn't come out. This can be improved by lowering the cost on fixing the bugs and security to 15 cents and using it for the innovation. Uh, the comparison of delivered and cancelled projects. 35% of the large companies in 10,000 functional points are more size range will be cancelled and never be delivered at all. This is the scenario of the cancelled projects. 35% of them are cancelled. The price comparison of is being given below, and the example one is like the two German companies, the SAP, the ERPs, the Superstar, and Lidl, a national-wide grocery chain with 100 billion in annual revenue, has been in 2018, after spending 500 million. The project has been scrapped. The Washington Community System, the third party's flop, was a flop. The Washington State College are planning to help the schools upgrade to the PeopleSoft ERP, and which was not successful. And the maintenance of the software project. This is the different phases. The diagram shows the different phases, the system definition, and the designing and coding. Here it takes most of the share, and the maintenance takes the rest. The 60% of the total workload is during the installation and the maintenance. The maintenance is to modify and update the software applications after delivery to correct the faults and to improve the bugs. The software is a model of the real world. When the real world changes, the software requires alterations whenever possible. Yes, from the figure, it is we can see that 60% of the work is at the deployment and operational level. Mm. And coming to the common problems occur during the cancel and disastrous project. These are the list of the projects which has been the cost. The estimated cost is this, and these are all the projects which were been scrapped. This is because of the inaccurate estimates, inadequate quality control, inadequate change control, and flaws in tracking the progress, and problems are ignored at the initial stage and been concealed rather than being solved. These are the common problems for the projects being failed before the delivery. What makes a software good project? What makes a good software project? uh, it should have the good planning, good estimating, and good quality control, and good change management, tracking progress, and resolving problems rather than ignoring them. uh, the time, balancing the time, cost, and quality is also one factor which contributes to the good software project. uh, this is why the project fails, is that uh, poor organization and project management has the 36% of the share. This is why the project any project fails, and 20% is due to the poorly defined and missing project objectives, and if ineffective project planning. 15% and insufficient project personal resources is 10%, and the major share is with the poor project management. Code inspections, the code inspections has to be done. With 36, there are different statistics of it. The primary goal of the inspection is to find the defects before the testing phase, and hence strongly contribute to improve the quality of software with budget and time benefits. What is the quality control to be? What types of quality control needs to be followed to have a best project? The quality controls needs to be improved faster and to have higher level productivity than which has been designed, and the quality leads and productivity the product the there's a common norm that the quality leads and the productivity follows. We often fall into a trap wherein we prioritize the productivity and compromise the quality. uh, we see the we see the content to be, if the content is huge, we think the projects and the work is the best, but it's not. The software quality management is one of the sector which aims to develop and manage the quality of software, so that it assures the product to be the best and meets the quality standards expected by the customer, while also meeting any necessary regulatory and developer requirements if there are any. Mm, coming to the generalized approach, we can't state there's a generalized approach for the project to be good. The different types of projects needs different types of approaches. Mm, the embedded application, there are different types of software applications: the embedded software applications, the commercial software packages, the commercial software suites of such, the information technology projects, the gaming, military applications, outsourced apps. So there could not be a generalized approach to say following these specific steps would make us reach our objective. The life cycle of large software applications is it any software application uh, undergoes 5 years of development, 1 year of installation, and 30 years of service. Any software application developed in on 5 years, deployed in a year, could could be expected to serve for next 30 years. The maintenance is required for it. The paths and methods to yield best software project. The paths are specified like this: the agile development, the team software processing. The agile development used for the medium size projects, and the small size projects has their own approach, and this team software processing is used for the large size projects. In few cases, the traditional waterfall development models are also used, as we discussed in the military applications, where the outcomes uh, are not specified, and in the aeronauticals and in the space, in launching the space shuttle, these waterfall models are used. The fundamental goals for this application are to have an excellent project planning and estimation and excellent quality control. These all comes under the form of agile development. Development practices by the size of the company. Depending on the size of the company, the development practices are being classified. For the small size companies, agile methodologies are used, and in the medium size companies, agile and CMM is used, and in the large size companies, CMM is used, and even TSP, the software team software processing, is also used. The deployments of software application after being developed, the deployment, why the deployment needs to be prioritized. The, it is that the large mainframe operating systems and the enterprise resource planning packages development, deployment, and installation can take more than a year. Not just installed, but also customized to match the local business needs. Uh, Here's a real life example. In December 2014, Amazon experienced a deployment failure caused by a wrong selection of the automation. You used this automation to help retailers increase their sales on Amazon by automatically repricing lists faster than the competitors, but rather the earning repricing express subscribes a profit. The software glitch priced a wide range of unlikely items, from mattresses to PlayStations, computer games, at just one penny. Uh, Deployment practices by form of development. For the small, there is it depends on the size of the project. The continuous development, CD, is a process that takes validated features from the staging environment and develops and deploys them into the production environment where there are uh, which can be released. The ability to release on demand is a crucial competence for each agile release and solution train. Paths for maintenance and enhancement. Mm, there are different paths. Maintaining involves defects and bug maintenance and removal. Defect cannot be avoided completely, but careful quality control can reduce it. Adding new features as the business evolves, keeping track of government mandates and new laws changing in tax structure should be updated. After a few years, application may outlive and may need replacement. Software maintenance in software engineering. Software maintenance in software engineering is modification of software product after delivery to correct faults, to correct the defaults, defects, and to improve the performance on other attributes. This is the maintenance enhancements, and the major forms of maintenance and enhancement. An enhancement of any product, change or upgrade the increase software or hardware capabilities beyond original client specification. Enhancement allows the software and hardware product performance scalability. Coming to the what happens if the maintenance is not being planned? Failure of maintenance. These are the examples where the preventive maintenance has been occurred, and in the airline Arena 5 flight of 501, the software had tried to cram 64-bit numbers into 16-bit numbers, and the Arena 5's fast engine exploited a bug that was not found in previous modules. It was not maintained to adapt the new feature. It is a preventive maintenance thing. There are a few other cases in the Japanese Bitcoin exchange and Pentium, the processor thing. Critical topics in software applications. The quality control is one of the thing, and change control is also, the change in requirement control is also one other thing that has to be that plays a crucial role uh, in the projects to be successful or to be a failure. Quality control is good for the embedded system, is being the prioritized for the embedded system softwares, as any small defect can cause a catastrophic damage or deaths.